Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Donkey here, and welcome to the live stream of Shadow of War. So basically, I've been messing around with Assassin's Creed. I think that was the last couple of streams I did. Probably put up about 4 or 5 of those, and went ahead and finished that game out, moved on to something else. I think there are a lot of videos out there right now of Assassin's Creed reviews, whatever. So anyway, we're gonna jump into some Shadow of War. I've played more or less the beginning of the game, and really haven't dug too far into it. I've died a slew of times, so it's a tough game, and there's a lot that's thrown at you when you first get into it. I mean, it appears to be a good game. It appears to be a solid game. I mean, you get past the loot crate aspect of it, but overall there's a lot going on, and like Assassin's Creed Origins, it kind of spoon feeds you more or less, and it's that system, the way that it's built is so condensed down. It's more of the typical Far Cry aspect of upgrading. This game, when you get into it, I mean, it's, if you've ever played Shadow of Mordor, it's like they took that game and then kind of doubled all the crap that they had in that game and then implemented it into this game. Is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't think so. I just think that's a lot, especially for someone that's not familiar with the series itself, to figure out what the hell's going on. So I'm going to go through a couple of things real quick that maybe isn't really expressed to people, or they don't really know about it. But this is your skill tree. And so if you notice, you have your base skills that you can open all of these up, with the exception of the ones that are in gold. From what I can tell, those are like story quest, or unlocked by progressing through the story. If you notice, you have a combat tree, predator tree, ranged, wraith, mounted, and story. So some of these are obviously opened up from the very beginning, and as you progress through, you can open them up and or they're locked. So something that it was really baffling to me. I was really struggling with the early aspect of the game, and I was dying a lot. And again, you see I'm only on level 6, and I've only progressed to the 2nd region. One of the things that actually helped me out, and I recommend it, is when you start getting your skill points, go ahead and invest it into Wraith. Go ahead and start just going through the whole skill tree. It's a point for each one. I haven't even messed with the subcategories, as you can see here. But go ahead and get up to this right here, which is Ice Storm. And what this allows you to do is actually freeze your enemies. So you freeze them, and I'll demonstrate that real quick. This area right here just kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But let me show you. Dude's over there carrying a brick. And then the other thing is, coming from Assassin's Creed, I'm trying to get used to the way this game plays and the controls with how you have to hold down a button in order to run. So go back to the freeze. See how you can freeze and then you can chain together your attacks, which that helped me out tremendously. The other aspect of this game is you're going to have to learn how to constantly play defense. There's a ton of orcs on screen at one time, and you can probably hear me. I'm smashing the shit out of these buttons because you have to. This is the way the game is designed. So what I'm going to do in this episode is I'll just do a little free roam for this stream, jack around with it, and play a little bit, let you guys kind of see the game, especially if you guys are out there, brutal. If you're out there looking for some Black Friday deals right now, you can get an idea of what this game's about. See, I didn't even block right there and eat a brick, some rocks. But as you get shot at, and I'm gonna move out of the way. But as you move through the game and the way that it opens up, the city's under siege, and basically it's just total chaos. And there are orcs everywhere. And it's extremely difficult to fight in this game. If you've ever played Shadow of Mordor, you know that you can have 10, 15, plus 20 orcs on screen at one time. And I felt like it was a little bit easier to manage those in that game, unlike this one. It's to the point to where there are so many of them and you're trying to take down a captain. And when you get to the point of doing so, if you do not utilize your defense and blocking and moving around and dodging, you're going to die. It's that simple. It happened to me several times. So hopefully audio is coming through loud and clear out there. I'm going to go ahead and click over on YouTube and make sure I'm not missing any chat. And hopefully everybody has had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know we did here. Been a very, very busy few weeks. So looks like everything is up and running. So that is positive. So yeah, we're going to probably keep this, I don't know, about 45 minutes or so. We're not going to do a long one. But I am playing it on the Xbox. We're not playing it on the X1. Just a regular old launch Xbox. So graphically the game looks pretty damn good even for a regular Xbox. I will say it does look better on the X. But as far as map wise, let me back out and zoom out and I'll show you guys the different regions here. And again, I'm only at the tip of the iceberg on this game. I mean, there is just so much going on. So this is the second area. This is where I started out at, which is here. Which is, what is this? This is Gondor. The Gondorian stronghold. And it appears like we have something going on over here and down here. And I don't even know if we're able to access these other areas. I'm just, maybe it's just a representation on the map. So basically this is their area that I'm in right now. What I like doing before I even get started on trying to go after certain captains, bosses, so I like going through, and I've already opened up the towers in this region, which are highlighted right here by the little blue icons. And so since we are right here, well, if I can get on my icon, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and head over here. I'm just going to start making my way through collecting these items. After you collect 6 of these, you actually get a skill point. And that's why I like doing this, because you need those skill points. And then I'll go back and I start doing like side missions, and then I'll kind of flip-flop between the side missions and the main story mission in order to progress the story. So if you guys are looking at the game and you're like, well, is it a buy? Is it not a buy? Is it something, you know, worth my time? It's a game that I think will be suited to certain types of players. Originally, when I posted on Twitter, I said that I thought that the graphics were good, the storyline was good, the acting was good. Gameplay was I guess smooth. The combat aspect of it's kind of smooth. It takes a little bit getting used to the controls. And what else did I mention? Way too many orcs. I think that was another comment that I said, just way too many damn orcs. So let's go ahead and head over here. Let's see if I can go ahead and capture this little thing. Some of these are just icons. You have to run up to them and then find it. And as we're going through here, I'll probably take out some guys to show you guys. Come on. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. This is nothing. The screen looks a little dark. And the other thing I recommend picking up, as you can see, I'm auto-looting. It's not something that's given to you right off. As you can see, you got to take a break from even getting into your progression. Because there's so many, and they keep coming. These guys will just keep on turning. Sometimes the camera can get a little crazy, as you can tell there. But graphically overall, I think it's a superb game. I have it on the graphical, not performance enhancement, because I could actually tell a difference in the texture quality, especially when walking around with the mud. You can tell that if you put it on performance, the mud actually gets muddier, as in not in a good way. So here we can actually see texture on the mud, which I find very important in the game. You can see better texture quality in the bricks, in the walls, in the grass. So I feel as long as I don't suffer from performance, and I can keep it on the graphical enhancement, that's what we're going to do. That's me stabbing you. But I think it's definitely a fun game to play. Just takes a while to get into it, kind of understand all the different things that are thrown at you. Again, it's a lot. Because you're kind of like going through going, holy shit, I feel like a quarterback trying to learn a new playbook. Alright, so this is something, it's a little different than the first game. You got to come through here and line this up, use the thumb controllers. And so that, you collect 6 of those and it opens up a door and you get a relic for doing that. And these are lost artifacts. Again, you collect these, you get a skill point for collecting all of them, which is nice. So how about we just kind of make our way, that one's way the hell up there, jeez. I was gonna say, let's just make our way around the map. There's stuff everywhere. Oh yeah, see, this opens that door and you have to solve the poem. So there's one here, one there. So that would make 4. Where are the other 2? There's 5 and then 6. So we could go up to the top, hit that one, hit this one, and then come back down and hit these, because these are pretty close in proximity right here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's fast travel to this tower here. This is one of the things I guess I find fun in the game, is going after the loot. Especially when it attributes to being able to level up my character. pretty cool. A little lightning going on in the background. I'm assuming this will hurt if I touch it. Let's find out. Okay. I like how there's a little snow on the ground. That's kind of cool as well. Definitely don't want to get caught by that.
Oh, how they love the darkness.
Soon they will drown in my light.
Why do we always have to dress in black? Like black.
Almost like doing the lock pick. There we go.
Carl.
Let's go ahead and knock that one. I probably should have done that one first. I do like the fact that the guy doesn't take fall damage. I wish there was more stealth. That was one of the things that I was complaining about so far, is that it seems like stealth in this game is non-existent. I mean, it's there, but it's a feature that I just don't understand why they even implemented it. Because it seems like 9 times out of 10, when you're playing the game, the stealth aspect just, it's there, you can use it, but I feel like the game was more or less made for combat.
Like he's a spy. Oh, that's the... He's frozen!
Kill this guy and I'll go chase him down. Again, I'm hitting the wrong button. Alright, so what do we got? So we got some intel. The animation in the game is pretty cool, as you can see. Blowing up ahead.
Hit him in the gaps like that! Get behind him!
I always refer to this type of combat as the old Batman style combat. Oh, here we go. Shit.
I've been looking for you for a long time.
I have not been looking for you, dude.
My skin, it grows and contorts. It swells and twists.
He's gonna shake his
Nothing,
body.
it seems, can stop it. But you are the remedy for my ills. The balm for my malady. What I'm saying is, I'm the diseased.
Yeah.
And you're the cure.
I don't think fighting this guy is really a good idea. Especially when you have this many. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm just 200 level. You can tell, I mean, I'm like dying. So we're gonna run. That's not right.
Come back here, worm. Where have you? Stop moving! That must have hurt.
See, now you guys are really getting an opportunity to see how many orcs. Oh, shit. No! No. And that's how quick you can die. Oh, fuck. I missed it. Well, you guys get to see me die.
Look into this face. You're the one who's going to heal it for me.
I don't even know how many orcs were on screen at one time. 10, 15, maybe more. Being under level really hurts in this game. And you're going to die. Unless you're a god, you're going to die. But yeah, back to the combat. It's more like the Batman style combat, the old Assassin's Creed combat. So you fly around and you go from one enemy to another. So if you're used to that style of combat, then this game probably isn't going to be too bad for you. The problem here is just the sheer amount of enemies. And it does provide a good challenge, don't get me wrong. And in some aspects it's fun, but in some aspects it can be infuriating, especially when you're trying to pick up like elite gear or ruins or anything like that. Essentially, when you first start the game, you have to use your R1 button, and you have to manually pick it up unless you pick up the auto loot feature. And again, you have to unlock that. It's not just handed to you. That is going to be, is that the Wraith, the last one? Yeah, treasure hunter. So you have to at least get at the very beginning, from the very beginning of the game, you have to earn at least 5 skill points and dump them all into Wraith. And again, that's the skill tree I would highly suggest doing, because it's going to make your life easy. You knock out 2 things. You get the freeze that I was showing you guys earlier, and then of course you get the auto loot feature that will help you out when you're trying to kill and pick up loot, and you don't have to worry about manually hitting that button. So now that I have killed myself again, let's see. Oh, yeah, I was actually after this. Maybe we can get over there, I was going to say without being seen, but yeah, that's not going to happen. Look, the ranger goes bye-bye. Oh, you think you're going?
He's up on the wall!
No, he's not. Jesus. Really? That's one cool feature I do like, is you can, if you're in the middle of trying to find stuff and get, what is this, new enemy, savages? Savages counter normal attacks. Yes, I have fought a savage. I think I have fought a savage. Pain in the ass. Freaking leave if I can get out of here. But yeah, when you're in the middle of doing something, it actually stops so you can do it, at least in that aspect, and go ahead and finish that, picking up that item or whatever. Not item, but if you're going after these additional artifacts, you can do that real quick and actually basically interrupt being beat up on by 15 orcs. So let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna go down here, and I need to pick up 3 more of these. So I really like collecting these relics, or elite. It's gonna be an elite gear, I believe that's what it is when you open that door. I do like how, yeah, screw you. Hold on a second.
Right, time for murder!
Dude's only level 5. Ouch. But stun? Screw you. No slashing with it. It's funny how they're just standing back and looking at me. That was brutal. That was brutal. I will say, being able to kill people, orcs in this game is some of the best I recall seeing, especially like in Shadow of Mordor. It's just awesome, awesome fatality moves. The executions. Alright. We are headed in the wrong direction. You see nothing. As you use... Hold on, let's see here. This is really cool. Can we do Elven Rage right now? Yes. I love this. Now this is new. We do not have it. Unfortunately, there's not enough. But as you can tell, it wiped all of those orcs out. That's pretty cool too. I'm not exactly sure what kind of starts that little depression. Maybe it has to do with a parry. So I did upgrade my blocking feature. This is another thing that was added to the game I thought was pretty cool. Just crowd control. I mean, they do give you the mechanics for crowd control. Again, it's learning what they are and when to use them and how to use them. I will say that the parry mechanic in this game, the blocking, is I think a lot better than it was in Shadow of Mordor.
Now he could please us. You can't take him.
Alright, he's dead. I think the whole, I guess, running aspect, I'm so used to a lot of the games just using the thumb controller to move forward, and then it's sensitive to where if you lightly press on it, they'll walk a little faster and then eventually like run. Well, he doesn't do that. You have to hit down or hit A on the Xbox. So you have to basically hit a button in order to make him move, and it's just it's strange. It feels strange to me. I'll get over it eventually. I'm trying to remember if Shadow of Mordor was like that, and I want to say that it was. I do like just how much detail they put in the world. The different areas, the different regions, they actually look different. So from that aspect, they did a good job. But overall, I mean, this is a button mashing combat game. So if you don't mind a bunch of button mashing, then you shouldn't. The game shouldn't bother. Because you can't counter while you're shanking somebody from behind.
Got him!
They won't let me do that. These are pretty simple to get to, so we need 2 more to open up. Have the ability to open up the door. We're going to solve the stupid poem first. Alright, so I have 2 more. We need to grab that one and that one. Great. Head straight on the damn war camp. Which appears where we are right now.
I smell something. I'll kill
You smell nothing.
Here they are.
Like I said, these are relatively easy to get. I mean, you can go through the map when you open it up, open up all the towers, find all the areas, the extra shit that you need to loot to get your skill points, and relatively do what I'm doing. Go through, knock them out, get your skill points, upgrade your character, then come back and start doing the side quest and taking out captains and then building your character that way. I feel like it's a lot easier. This is going to be our last one that we need to get.
I smell something.
Ranger! I got him!
I'm surprised he actually grabbed that. Those were relatively simple, just I hit in on both thumb pads on I think pretty much all of those. I thought they would have mixed it up a little bit. Alright, so where the hell do we need to go? Is it here? The barrows. Alright, so I believe that's where I need to go in order to unlock that. I think that's where it was on the last one. So let's make our way back over there. This map looks relatively small compared to the last one. So you can use your focus in order to make him run faster. You don't have to always rely on jumping off from something relatively high and landing and hitting A. Because that was the function in the last game. What the hell? Throwing something at me? What the? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. Hold on a second. Ghouls are weak on their own but deadly in hordes. I remember the ghouls from the first one. I remember that. I'm not in the mood to fight ghouls right now. I just threw him in the fire. So damaged by executions and heavily damaged by beast attacks. Bye-bye.
That ranger's back!
See
Tell me
ya.
what you got!
You really want to see what I got, dude?
I've got this!
So if I can just make it to where I need to go.
I think something just moved.
Let's open up the door. I can show you guys some of this relic shit that we get, this loot, and we can wrap this stream up.
Did you hear that?
No, they didn't hear shit. What is this? We'll go ahead and grab. Oh no, this is a quest. No, we're not doing that. Sometimes it can be a little hard to control when he starts going really fast. Kind of just does his own thing. What is this? Ah, that's right. We had to do this before in the first area, so. And this is the door right here, the door of poems that we have to solve. And let's see if I'm able to do this. All right. When the sun shines, I would assume, the shadows must retreat, fleeing in the fear from the fires. I'm going to say fires of dawn or rises of dawn. Fire sounds more appropriate. If anybody wants to help out that's watching, feel free. The blank never knew that its end was fleet. The blank. Wow. Fleeing in fear from the... I don't know that that's right. Fires of dawn sounds right. The beacons never knew its end was fleet. The night. Maybe it's the night. Ugh. This can be challenging. The sun rises, yes, but from the west, it shines. Right? No, because see, when the sun shines, that sounds right. West. Ugh. The sun rises, yes, but from the west it beacons. That sounds right. The night. I'm going to say this one has to be night. The night never knew that its end was fleet. As a bright lord bears fires of flame. This looks like it should be marching. Maybe this is when the sun rises, the shadows... Ah, that's what it is. When the sun rises, the shadows must retreat, fleeing in fear from the fires of dawn. The night never knew that its end was fleet as the bright Lord Bear bears beacons of... Was it beacons of flame? Let's see. Beacons of flame. The sun rises, yes, but in the west it shines. Holy crap! I did it! I did it! I did it, Daddy. I did it. Lucky guess.
When the sun
Lucky
rises,
right.
the shadows must retreat, fleeing in fear from the fires of war. The night never knew that its end was fleet, as a bright lord bears beacons of flame. The sun rises, yes, but from the west it shines, marching e'er eastward, e'er eternal, e'er bright.
Cool. So let's see what new little goodie we got. Inventory and... So hold on, what's going on here? Did I pick up some other crap? It's trash. I don't think I have anything there. Alright. So right now... What the hell? Oh, here we go. Legendary cloak. Well, of course we're going to install the legendary. And these right here where you can add like little gems, but you have to open these up. As you can tell, you need 1,000 to do so. Now the legendary armor is upgradable, I believe. Of course, we haven't progressed far enough to actually start messing with that, but at least kind of gives us an idea of why I do some of these things early in the game. So I do feel like they definitely help. So anyway, I think on the next stream what we'll do is we will tackle, because we're going to finish this one up now, but on the next one we'll probably tackle the rest of these. What do we have here? The artifacts. So there are 11 of those. Those typically don't take too long. And then of course we have the Shelob memories. We'll believe there are 3 of those. Yeah, collect 3 in this region, you get a skill point. So those are pretty cool. I like the way those are set up. If you've ever played Hellblade, some of the puzzles in Hellblade kind of remind me of these puzzles, to where you have to, they're all diced and cut up, and you have to orientate them to where it actually forms a picture. So it's really neat. Anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to wrap this up now, and I appreciate it. If you want to leave some comments down below, let me know what you thought. If you have any advice, I'm always open to tips. And we will catch you guys on the flip side. You guys peace out.